Today we are going to be talking about social emotional learning strategies. My name is Patricia Dill, and I will be talking about children that are in the ages of 5 to 6 years old, and they are in a kindergarten classroom. We are going to be giving 10 strategies that can help students with social emotional learning. The first strategy I'm going to be talking about is reading stories about social emotional learning. The way that we use this strategy is to read different books that deal with social emotional learning in ways that the main characters deal with the strategies. If students see the way that the main characters deal with the strategies, then it helps them to deal with those emotions whenever they come about. And the social emotional strategy that would go with this is self-management. And self-management is the way to learn how to regulate their emotions and behaviors. Reading these stories will help with that. When you can use this strategy, you can use this strategy at any time of the year, at any time of the day. And it would help if you use it at any time that you're giving story time or group time, and just read a story to the students that deal with social emotional learning, and it will help them. They will grasp that concept. The next strategy that we're going to talk about is singing with the students. There are multiple songs out there that give different strategies on how to deal with feelings. And so if you sing songs that deal with feelings, then the students will sing about that, and it'll register to them on how to handle that certain concept. The SEL concept that goes with this is the social awareness. So social awareness is difficult for students to recognize, but with their teachers, they are able to recognize other people's emotions and empathize with people of different background and cultures. So you can use this strategy at any time of the day. If you see a student that's having a hard time, we can sing about our feelings, and we can help the students to deal with that concept. The next strategy that we're going to talk about is one of my favorites. It's morning greetings. When the students walk up, the way that we can use it is it can be a poster that's on the door, and you welcome the students as they walk in your classroom, and they can give one of 5 things. They can give a hug, a high five, a fist bump, a handshake, or a wave. Some students don't like to be touched, so they just simply wave and smile. And you can ask the students as they walk in, how are you feeling this morning? And they can talk to you about their mornings. And if they're having a difficult morning, then you could talk to them. And we can come back to that. As the day goes on, we can talk to the students and find out how they're feeling. And hopefully, throughout the day, they'll start feeling better. The concept that goes with this one is self-awareness. And it helps them to know about how they're feeling inside and what kind of emotions they're feeling. And so we can just ask them throughout the day how they're feeling, and hopefully throughout the day they can start feeling better. When you can use this strategy, I would use this strategy in the morning. As the students come to school every morning, you just ask the students upon arrival, how are you feeling? The next strategy that I like to use is journal writing. And this just helps the students that if they're having a hard time, they can write their feelings down on paper instead of using their feelings toward another student. Sometimes we say things that we don't mean, but at that time it comes out hurtful and they don't realize it. So if they understand that they can walk away and they can go write their feelings down on paper, it would really help them. So I really like journal writing. And this one is about self-management. Self-management is about regulating their emotions and behaviors. So when they're able to walk away, they're able to have self-management. They can use this strategy at any time of the day. Anytime that they're in a disagreement with another student or they're getting frustrated, they can feel that and they can just use that as a time to walk away. The next strategy is one that I use daily, and that's a feelings chart. Upon arrival, the students walk into the classroom and they take their stick and they put it in which mood they're feeling. And this helps the teacher to realize which students are feeling mad, angry, upset, excited, surprised, happy. And the mad, angry, and upset ones, we can talk to those and find out why. Why are they feeling upset? Why are they angry? Why are they mad? And hopefully we can get them to feel happy, excited, or okay. But if we can't, then maybe throughout the day, they can go and switch their mood if they become feeling happy. And this one is also self-management. And they're learning how to regulate their emotions and behaviors. So this strategy is done in the morning when the students arrive to school. They come in the classroom and they go to the feelings chart. They take their stick and they put it on how they're feeling. The next strategy is classroom jobs. And I like to use classroom jobs because it helps the children to feel important. It helps them to feel responsible. So if we give them jobs every day, then it helps them to feel like they're making a difference. They're doing something to help the teacher. And I don't like to just give it to some children. I like to give every student a job. Because when you give it to one student and not another, they tend to get upset. And it's really, it hurts them. So it's really important to think about every student when you're dealing with jobs. And with this one, this is responsible decision making, and it helps the students to feel important and to grow. They're feeling responsible, and they have to remember their job and get it done when the time comes. When you can use this strategy can be done. It can be done throughout the day. Or throughout the year, and the time of the job will depend on the job, whether it is in the morning or in the afternoon. The next strategy that I found is matching faces. And so this is a game of different feeling faces that the students have to work together to try to match. So once they have the matched faces, they can talk about it, and they can talk about why. Why do they think that person on that face is feeling happy, or why are they mad, or why are they sad? What are some examples that they can use on why are they feeling that way? And this is relationship skills. So they are talking with one another. They're building the skills to build a relationship with one another. They're active listening with one another, and they're using team building concepts. When you can use this strategy can be done at any part of the day. But if you see students are not able to get along, have them play this game with one another. It'll get them talking to each other, and maybe they can start to get along. I use this next strategy in my classroom, but we have a quiet area. The quiet area is used when students are upset, or they're just not feeling well. They can go to that quiet area and they can calm down. In the quiet area, there can be pillows. There can be maybe a book or two that talks about feelings. And this just helps the students to take a deep breath, to relax, and to think about why they're upset. And it helps them to come back. And they can sit there until they start feeling happy, and then they can come back and they can rejoin the group. And this is about self-management. Self-management is, again, about regulating emotions and behaviors. And it's important for the students to learn how to manage their emotions and their behaviors when they're upset. So when you use this strategy can be used by the students at any part of the day. When they're feeling upset, they can walk over to the quiet area and calm down and then rejoin the class. This next strategy is to encourage kindness. So I found this one, and when the students get to school in the morning, we can have a morning talk about encouraging kindness with one another. This can be done as a group activity where everyone goes around and says something about one of their peers that they like about them. Every day, the friends have to pick different peers to talk about, so no one is left out. This is about social awareness. So social awareness is learning about other people's emotions and empathizing with people of different backgrounds and cultures. So when you can use this strategy, this can be done at any time of the day as long as it is at the same time every day. So the routine stays the same. Some students, they have a really hard time when you change the routine. So it's important to keep the same routine so they know what is going to happen next. So if this activity is done at a different time every day, some students may have a hard time with it. So it's important that we keep it at the same time every day, but that you just let the students talk about what's going on. And the last strategy that I have is class meetings. So at the end of the day, I like this because at the end of the day, you can reflect on the day and find out what everyone felt about how the day went, and find out if there's something that's going on. Maybe we can talk about it, and we can find out, and we can reiterate their feelings and see how they are feeling at the end of the day. And so this is about relationship skills because they are building relationships with their peers. We are all talking about the day and what happened. If we have any problems, we can do problem solving at that time of the day also. And when can you use the strategy? The strategy can be done at any time of the day. But I would do it at the end of the day to reflect on the day and talk to the students about their feelings and what we are having a hard time with. And last but not least is our references that we use to get some of the strategies from. Thank you.